Just stopped at a supercharger here. Not sure if we'll be able to plug in when we get to our final destination, or at least not right away. But kind of looked out, not very busy, and we're able to kind of pull up sideways here. Let's block 2 of them. No one else is here charging, so I don't think it'll be an issue. Let's save a few minutes. Not a big deal if we have to drop. Sometimes we do when we supercharge, but not a big deal. And save us a few minutes to stop.
We chose to book this place because it was kind of on our way at the next interval stop, if you will. And the pricing was shockingly excellent during the off season. We stayed at Camp Margaritaville in Florida, Henderson, Florida, during Christmas and in season, of course, and for the holiday. And it was very expensive, tons of fun. I think we paid over $200 a night for that. We had a really nice site too, which was fine. And you kind of get what you pay for with those. But here in Breaux Bridge, actually I believe it's in Henderson, Louisiana, but it's advertised as Breaux Bridge. The pools were closed. They had one that was actually completely under construction for the season, it looks like. And they had a bar/restaurant that was open on the weekends only. But the price was magnificent. I think we only paid about $30 per night. Full hookups, incredible price, especially even in a private campground. I assume that price has to probably quadruple at least during the season, if not more. But this Breaux Bridge Camp Margaritaville has a super convenient location just off I-10, midway between Lafayette and Baton Rouge, and I think it's not too far from New Orleans as well. Kind of a beach-style resort. If you haven't been to one, they have this whole no worries, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, all that Margaritaville jazz, island theme. They do have a ton of sites though, over 422 I think in total with full hookup, concrete pads, picnic tables, fire pits, big rig friendly of course, and then they also have 91 cabins if you're into glamping options. Like I said, they're supposed to have 3 swimming pools I think total, including a 0 entry, water slides, swim up bar. This is all stuff you can partake in during the summer. Poolside patio, tanning deck, hot tub, pickleball courts, playground, dog park, mini golf, more stuff like that. On site, bars and restaurants with island-inspired food and handcrafted cocktails. We didn't get to see all that, just the one bar restaurant, and I'll talk about that here shortly. But yeah, they're currently updating that pool. It looks like it's going to be pretty awesome. It's a pretty big overhaul. Breaux Bridge is officially, if you guys don't know this area, the Crawfish Capital of the world. Declared by Louisiana legislature back in 1959. Crawfish etouffee was reportedly created here. Local restaurants first put crawfish on menus openly, evidently. They have an annual Breaux Bridge Crawfish Festival every May. Huge event with boils, live Cajun, Zydeco music, parades, crawfish races, and thousands of people. So if you're in there in May, check out the Crawfish Festival. And yeah, kind of a smaller town that this is in. Not a ton going on. There's a few restaurants and stores around, but it's a smaller area. So we came here from our last stop at Fontainebleau State Park, and most of the drive was on Highway 10, and we had to drive through Baton Rouge. Roads were pretty tore up in Baton Rouge. We had some construction going on, so I assume they're going to get those back in shape. But they were pretty tore up. We stopped for a quick charge in Baton Rouge at Anderson's grocery store.
Just getting out of here. The truck's been done charging, or I say done it to continue our trip. It doesn't require a full fill up, of course. And we just ran into the Albertsons grocery store to use the restroom, and I get a notification on the app that it's ready to go, which is not uncommon. Generally, whenever we do supercharge, the truck's ready to go before we are. Not a bad quick stop.
And then west of Baton Rouge, Highway 10, you get driving, and it turns into this long strip of bridges, on concrete pillar bridges over the marsh areas. Cool views, but some of the bridges not much of a shoulder. I mean, it was okay. It wasn't too windy, but there's not a whole lot of room on some of these older bridges. Something to keep in mind. But when you come in to Camp Margaritaville here, this is pretty cool. They have a huge covered overhang at the check-in area, the camp store. Everything's right there. I think it would be really nice in the rain. We didn't have to worry about that too much. Or I guess the super hot Louisiana sun, just to get out into the shade a little bit. And I'll talk about some of that, different shade options they have here, which was cool. But we did get, we checked in, we had some Amazon packages waiting for us. We knew from that last time we stayed at Camp Margaritaville that most of them will take your package to check with them. You know, I assume not just Amazon, but probably any carrier or UPS, FedEx. We had a few things shipped in there during our stay, and actually had a package that came in about, I think, 2 days early. And they held it, we called and they said not a problem, they'll hold it for us. So nice convenience if anyone's been on the road and trying to get some things in, or supplies, things like that. It's nice to have a place where you can have it shipped. But our site we had was a back end. We had full hookups, like I mentioned. It was concrete. This place is a little older than the last Camp Margaritaville we stayed in. I think that they're doing a bunch of updates, but it was nice. You could just tell, age of the concrete and things like that, and some of the structures. But it looks like they're doing a pretty good facelift. Kind of fun fact for you, this place wasn't always Margaritaville. We found that out. It started as what they called Cajun Palms RV Resort. It was a local favorite. I think it didn't get its tropical upgrade until 2023. And then late 2022, it was rebranded, and some type of rebranded transition. I'm getting all the details, but I guess it's not a full buyout. Yeah, so now that's the Margaritaville, and they're in the process of keeping the improvements going.
Got a gigantic dog park, 2 sections, obviously. Smaller dogs and larger dogs, but tons of space. Some agility course equipment as well. Pretty cool. Got these really cool covered spots. Fire pits, full hookup, everything. This place is gigantic. This number of lots and cabin rentals they have here. High number, that's for sure.
And they also had tons of parking, overfull parking, and I presume for trailers that are, you know, being towed behind buses and other Class A's. Tons of space here. They have tons of options if you didn't have an RV too. As I mentioned, the cabins. They had a lot of them, and some of them were being occupied over the weekend while we were there, but they had many that were set up kind of like a duplex, shared wall units with 2 units per, and they looked like they had 2 different sizes, at least from the outside is what it appeared. They also had many freestanding, what I call park model style cabins all around the perimeter of the campground. They had tons. So if you want to hang out, don't want to tow the RV or don't have one, there's plenty of cabin style rentals at this place, a lot. And this entire place is pretty much wide open to the sky. There were some trees, but nothing that you can't work around if you use Starlink, and it was nice. We were able to get pretty fast speeds here. And I think there's some seasonal sites, which, well, it appears there's seasonal sites as well. Definitely quite a few people here for the winter. Some sites in the back actually had a large covered patio. People would pretty much set up in there with furniture and outdoor equipment, grilling and all this stuff. But it's kind of a cool idea. Kind of go along with some of the others that they have. They had everything looked really nice up around the pool, and the bars and things. They were closed. The one pool that was not under construction, not the water slide, but the other one was clean. It looked like it was accessible, but probably was just cold and not heated, I'm betting. But the other large pool was serious overhaul, and I think it's going to be pretty awesome this summer. We rode our bikes here pretty much every day. It's a decent sized park where you can ride through here. We lucked out and had some fantastic weather. I think it hit 80 degrees in full sun while we were there. And if you remember some of the prior videos in North Florida, we dealt with some pretty cold weather. Also, I believe there's a premium expense. Oh, that's right. I wanted to talk about this. So there's 2 ponds near the front entrance area. A lot of fishing. A lot of people had their poles and rods and reels with them. And I believe there's a premium expense to camp here as, they call it waterfront. And it's nice if you want to fish off the back of your RV. But I would get a kick out when they charge more for like a pond or a creek or something, like compared to the Gulf waterfront or something that I think would warrant that premium price. But anyway, ponds were nice. Retention walls looked like they were new. So not sure if they were here before or they've just been updated and being cleaned up. I'm betting they're being updated. We had family actually visiting with us from Ohio. They rented a cabin on the East Pond, so we were able to have some fun over there. My son got his RC boat out, and we were able to play in the water a little bit. Oh, so something else. This is probably one of the most unique campsites or overall spots. Is they have tons of buddy lots. They had, if you like camping in groups, some 2 per area, some had three lots per area. Some were covered up over the picnic table in between the buddy lots. Others had a complete overhang, complete coverage over both lots and the picnic area. But cool options though. I don't think I've seen that many different kind of combinations of buddy lots, covered, uncovered, things like that. Back in, pull through, they had a little bit of everything. And then I talked about the pool and the construction. On the other side from where we stayed, I think on the west side, they had the water slides area, like the kids area. Of course, we knew it was closed for the season, but it looked fun. Maybe we'll be by in season sometime. Go take advantage of that. And I'm thinking the covered RV sites are probably pretty popular in the summer. Lily had a great time, as always. She loves camping. She really loved the lot we had in the side yard. She just wanted to stay outside all day and all night. We let her out as much as possible, as long as a loud diesel truck or a bicycle with training wheels or a golf cart didn't go by. Those are her pet peeves. She wants to chase them or ride with them or something. I don't know. But yeah, this place was funny. Tropical vibe. You're not unlike the last Margaritaville we stayed. You're here. It feels like a tropical oasis. How they have it landscaped and done up. That's the point. But obviously, big picture, this place is surrounded by farm fields and brown grass. At least this time of year. They do a good job creating a vibe here, though. We got to take advantage of the weekend gym mining. During the off season, it was just on the weekends. That might change, but I think my son. They did different pricing. I think we paid around $15 per bag to do gym mining in the clubhouse area. Looked like they had some other different crafts inside too. Maybe a little bit of a work in progress, but I think it'll be good when they get it finished. Some options for the kids. And we did get to check out the restaurant/bar on, I think it was Friday. We were there. They were only open Friday and Saturday, I believe, and I think there may be a total of 3 on site, but just that might count the poolside bars. I'm not sure how it's advertised. Definitely not running at full speed during the off season. They didn't have many employees working. Not sure if the menu is abbreviated as well. It was kind of short, but they did have live music. They had a solo musician playing when we were there on Friday. He was young, pretty good musician, just by himself on an acoustic. And they had these fire tables were awesome. You could sit around and stay warm, but also kind of just set a little bit of a vibe. They were really cool. So next day, we knocked out a couple loads of laundry. They had at least 2 locations of laundry that I saw. We used a location at the clubhouse area in the center of the park. They had 5 washers and 5 dryers, and I believe it was $2 per machine. And they did take credit card, Apple Pay, Tap to Pay, as well as quarters. They worked well. Dryers got really hot. I think medium was too much. Sometimes these run hotter and some run cooler, so you don't really know until you get through it. But I probably would put them on low the next time. And we got some more Mardi Gras vibes going on. So they had a golf cart parade. I think on Saturday it was scheduled for the middle of the afternoon. Pretty good turnout. I think actually for the off season, there was quite a few golf carts here. In the day with the mild, I think, weather compared to the rest of the week. But pretty good Mardi Gras parade for what it was. Lots of beads. A lot of other stuff too, just like the big floats. We saw some pretty big plushies being thrown around and different toys to the kids. But it was fun. My son had a good time. So Lily made a friend at the dog park. Well, actually, I think she made a friend outside the camper when I wasn't at the lot. A lady had brought by, a nice lady camping, had a golden doodle, and came and see Lily a couple times, and then wanted to meet at the dog park the next day. So she made a friend. Her name was Willow. They had a great time, played well. There was quite a few dogs here, but I think Willow was the only one she actually got to play with in the dog park. So right next door, literally like steps away from the general area on the North Barn Road, there's Prehistoric Park. We checked this out. It's a dinosaur-themed attraction with life-size animatronic dinosaurs that move and roar, walking trail, fossil pit, playground, and educational dino fun. Perfect for kids and I guess anyone that likes dinosaurs. And I understand it's Louisiana's only dinosaur park. It originally opened back in 2014 as a cool add-on to the original Cajun Palms RV resort. And I believe it's all still kind of part of the deal with Margaritaville or how that works. But there's not a lot going on around there. And then this is one of the attractions, and there's another one I'll get to here in a second. But it's a self-guided walking trail through woods featuring lifelike dinosaurs, some that blink, some that breathe and roar, things like that. And then I guess in 2024, they reopened it and added 24 brand new dinosaurs with animatronic movements, things like that. But it kind of had like an educational vibe to it. Each dinosaur has info plaques, and we used it, to kind of learn some more about some of the different areas and the periods. Exhibits cover periods like the Triassic and Jurassic periods. But I don't think it was too expensive. I believe it was around $14 or $15 for adults, maybe $10 for kids. And then they do have senior discounts. But super family friendly, quick to explore. I think, you could probably spend an hour or two there if you wanted to. Spread out over I think it's 12 acres of wooded canopy trails. And you could probably walk there. There's actually a gravel trail, or you definitely could drive a golf cart there, ride a bike, and not take the main road. And I think some of the people were doing that for their campsite. Got some fishing in one of I think the East Pond we were in. Caught a few yellow bluegill. I think they call them bream down here, if I'm right. Let me know. In southern Louisiana. But I watched a few other people fishing. Seemed like a lot of bites. A lot of fish were being snagged out of there. But yeah, we had a good time getting, we haven't been fishing in a little bit while, just based on some of our travels. And then I mentioned the other attraction. It's right next door to the dinosaur park. It's called Cajun Fast Track. We checked this out Sunday. It's a high energy spot attached adjacent. Once again, you could probably walk there, definitely ride a bike or a golf cart. Features the largest arcade in the area, go-kart racing, mini golf, laser tag, more things, birthday parties, stuff like that. I did not realize this was such a scene, to be honest with you. From the outside, we saw the building when we were at the dinosaur park. But we went and decided to check it out on Sunday, and we didn't really give ourselves much time while we were there. But there's a lot going on. They've got a lot of arcade. I mean, it's a lot more going on inside than I expected, to be honest. Much more impressive than the outside of the building. I guess this place opened in 2017, and I think they're just talking the largest arcade in the area as part of their advertisement. But I will tell you this: earning tickets was pretty tough here. These claw machines were pretty loose-handed. I know they were adjustable, but you weren't grabbing many tickets or anything to get very many prizes, unless I guess you spend a whole lot of money and stay there for a few hours. But a lot more than the last arcade we were at Orange Beach. Yeah, and they had food too. We didn't eat there, but they had a probably made-to-order food bar, and they actually looked like they had a full bar as well too, I guess, for the parents who didn't want to play the video games any longer. They had a bar in the back. Yeah, overall, we had a great time. Nice place. Assume it will be great this summer with all the upgrades that are going in. We were lucky enough to have our family fly in to hang out for almost a week. It was very nice catching up and hanging out. And most of the time, the weather was good. I got chilly overnight, like one or two nights, but most of the time it was really nice. But up next, we get back to the state park setting. Palmetto Island State Park. It's a great spot just outside Abbeville, Louisiana. And also we get to go visit the Tabasco factory. It's about 30 miles away, which was a really cool spot. I'm glad we got to see it. If you're still with me on this one, I appreciate it. I'll work to be getting this next one out as soon as I can. We'll see you then. Thanks.